The Galactic Council Hall floated above the moon Varian 6 like a shining jewel in the dark. It was a massive ring-shaped station, home to leaders from 73 planets. Inside, the council chamber buzzed with voices in dozens of languages, each one translated instantly by floating AI spheres. Dr. Ilara Miles sat far away, watching everything on a screen from her post on the Europa Science Station. She sipped recycled tea and waited. This was just another meeting, or so she thought. Suddenly, the screen turned black. The council hall's lights dimmed. A new voice came through, calm but firm. It was a message from Earth. "This is a final communication from the United Earth Command," the voice said. "Effective immediately, Earth withdraws from the Galactic Council. All treaties are null. All communications are severed. Do not approach our borders." The screen flickered, then cut out. Ilara's mug slipped from her hand and shattered on the floor. In the council hall, chaos broke out. Delegates stood, shouting over each other. Some demanded answers. Others asked if it was a mistake. A few panicked, thinking more was coming. Back on Europa Station, Ilara stood frozen. Earth had always been a leader. The Council trusted Earth. She had trusted Earth. She rushed to her console and tried to contact friends in Earth's diplomatic network. No response. Every line was dead. Every channel silent. Her heart pounded. Something wasn't right. On Varian 6, Chancellor Vorn Calix rose from his seat. His voice boomed through the chamber. "This act is treason," he said. "Earth has turned its back on the galaxy. We must respond." Some delegates nodded. Others stayed quiet. Ilara clenched her fists. She had served as Earth's ambassador for 5 years. She knew their ways. This wasn't Earth's style. Earth believed in unity, in peace. Something must have happened. She opened a secure file, a personal one. It held old coordinates, contacts, backdoors she hadn't used in years. She had left politics behind to study science. But now she had no choice. She booked a transport. She would go to Earth herself. She had to know the truth. The stars passed in silence as Ilara's small ship, the Solace, sped toward Earth. She traveled alone, using old diplomatic codes to stay off the Galactic Council's radar. Her ship was fast, but not powerful. One wrong move near Earth's border, and she'd be taken, or worse. She hadn't heard a single word from Earth. All channels remained blocked. The silence felt unnatural, cold, like Earth had vanished. As she neared Earth, she saw it in the distance, a beautiful blue world, wrapped in clouds and sunlight. But something was different now. Surrounding the planet was a glowing ring, a shield. It shimmered like glass, stretching across orbit. Her scanners couldn't read it. It wasn't in any public record. She had never seen anything like it. "This is not Earth's usual defense grid," she muttered. She steered the Solace toward the planet's north pole, where a gap in the shield showed up, tiny and narrow. It was there, hidden in the magnetic field, near a place few visited anymore, Iceland. The moment she crossed into the atmosphere, her ship was scanned. She shut down all signals and flew low, keeping close to the ocean. Clouds blocked most satellites. She flew under radar and landed near a frozen ridge. Ilara stepped out into the cold. The wind bit at her face, but she pushed forward. A large metal door stood buried under the snow. She wiped it clean and placed her hand on the scanner. "Dr. Ilara Miles, access override," she said. A green light blinked. The door opened. She stepped into the lab. It was dark, dusty, and still. Machines lined the walls, all powered down. This was one of Earth's old research stations, closed years ago. She used to work here, studying deep space anomalies. She connected her tablet to the main console. At first, nothing happened. Then, a file appeared. Project Rift. Level Red Security. She blinked. "Rift," she whispered. The file showed blurry images. A tear in space, a growing crack near the edge of the galaxy. Something no one had seen before. Earth had discovered it a year ago. They warned the Council, but the Council ignored them, said it was stable, said Earth was overreacting. Ilara kept reading. Earth didn't believe the Council. They ran secret tests, built new technology, shielded their planet. Then they cut ties, not to escape, but to act. She sat back in her chair, stunned. They left to protect us all. A sudden noise echoed from outside. A low hum. Lights from a patrol drone swept across the sky. Ilara grabbed the data drive and ran. If she was caught now, the truth might never come out. She needed to hide. She needed to send this to someone she trusted. But most of all, she needed answers. Snow crunched under Ilara's boots as she ran across the icy ground. The drone passed overhead again, its red light sweeping the surface. She ducked behind a frozen boulder, holding her breath. The drone paused, then moved on. She waited a moment, then sprinted back to her ship, the Solace, hidden under a rocky ledge. Her fingers were numb as she opened the hatch and climbed inside. She slid into the pilot's seat and checked her systems. Too late. An alert flashed. Incoming craft detected. Lock-on sequence active. A sharp jolt shook the ship. Her engine shut down. Power drained. Outside, a dark, triangular ship hovered above her, silent, sleek, and unlike any Earth design she had seen before. A voice echoed through her ship's comms. Calm. Mechanical. Dr. Ilara Miles. Surrender. Do not resist. Before she could speak, gas filled the cabin. Her vision blurred. She reached for her emergency override, but never made it. Darkness. Ilara woke up inside a gray chamber. The walls were smooth and curved. No windows, one door. Cold light glowed from the ceiling. She sat up on a bench. Her head ached. Her wrists were free, but her tablet and data drive were gone. The door slid open. A tall figure stepped in, dressed in black armor. His face was human but pale, too perfect. His eyes glowed faintly blue. "I am Commander Rowe," he said, "Director of Earth Defense Protocol." His voice was flat. No emotion. Ilara stood. "You drugged me, took my ship. You were trespassing during lockdown. You left the galaxy in chaos. I needed answers." Rowe didn't flinch. "The galaxy is not our concern anymore." Ilara took a step forward. "You found something. Something dangerous. The anomaly. Why not warn everyone?" He studied her face. "We did. They refused to listen." Ilara frowned. "So you cut everyone off?" Rowe nodded. "The Council was hiding the truth. The anomaly is not a theory. It's growing. Earth is the only world preparing for what's coming." She shook her head. "This isn't the way. You can't just vanish. People are scared. Planets are turning on each other. Their panic is not our responsibility." Ilara stared at him. He wasn't lying, but there was something missing, something cold in his logic. Earth wasn't acting out of fear. It was acting out of calculation. "What are you building?" she asked. Rowe looked at her for a long moment. "A containment field, large enough to seal the anomaly. If it works, we save the galaxy. If it fails..." He didn't finish. Ilara's voice dropped. "Then Earth burns alone." Rowe stepped back. "You will be escorted off-world. You may not return." The door opened behind him. 2 guards waited. Ilara didn't move. "I won't stop. The galaxy needs the truth." He paused, then said, "So do we." Then he left. Later that night, Ilara sat in a small holding room, pretending to sleep. When the guards changed shift, she acted fast. She used a hidden tool in her boot, an old ambassador trick, to unlock the vent in the wall. She crawled through the tight shaft, inch by inch, until she reached the main deck. Alarms were low. Security was light. Earth was focused on the skies, not the shadows. She found her tablet and the data drive in a storage locker. everything was still there. She slipped out of the base and signaled a nearby satellite she once helped design. One Earth had forgotten. It opened. She climbed in. Her next stop, deep space. If Earth wouldn't tell the truth, she would. The old satellite creaked as Ilara moved through its narrow corridors. It had once been a solar research hub, now long abandoned. Dust floated in the air. The lights flickered, but it still worked, barely. She reached the control deck and connected her tablet to the main terminal. The screens lit up, static buzzed, then cleared. She linked her data drive and began uploading the files she stole from Earth's lab. The images appeared slowly, frame by frame. A black tear in space. Not a hole, not a planet. Something else. It pulsed with a strange energy, stretching wider over time. Stars near it flickered out. Space around it bent like ripples in water. Her breath caught. Earth had called it Project Rift. The anomaly had first been discovered on the edge of the galaxy, near a council-controlled zone. Earth had scanned it, studied it, even tried to send probes inside. Most never returned, and the few that did came back, damaged, corrupted, their systems unreadable. Ilara leaned forward. A video log played. An Earth scientist appeared, tired and pale. His voice was quiet. The anomaly is not stable. It is growing. We believe it's a tear in the fabric of spacetime, maybe caused by ancient technology, or something older. The Council knows. They told us to stay silent, but we won't. The screen went black. Then more data came in. Coordinates, timelines, predictions. The anomaly would reach a Council colony in less than 5 years. After that, no one knew. Earth had begged the Council to act, to study it, to prepare, but the Council refused. They feared panic, or worse, loss of control. That was why Earth left, not to escape, but to act. Ilara sat back in the chair, stunned. All this time, the Council had hidden the truth, and Earth had risked everything to stop it alone. She pulled up her communications panel. She had contacts still, old allies in distant systems, scientists, diplomats, friends, people who would believe her. She began sending the data, slowly, carefully, one system at a time. Then she stopped. A ship was approaching. Her screen flashed red. Fast. Unmarked. Not from Earth. Not from the Council. A pirate. A spy. She braced for impact, but the ship didn't fire. Instead, a message came through. "Dr. Miles, we received your signal. We want to help." It was a familiar voice. Ambassador Jane from the planet Kareth. He had always supported Earth during Council meetings, until the split. "How did you find me?" she asked. "We've been watching both sides," Jane said. "The truth is starting to reach us. You just confirmed it." Ilara sighed in relief. "We don't have much time," she said. "The Council will come after me. And Earth is building something big." "We've heard," Jane replied. "That's why we're forming something new. A third path. Not Council. Not Earth. A coalition for truth." Ilara nodded slowly. She hadn't expected this. But maybe, just maybe, it was what the galaxy needed. "I'm in," she said. Outside, the stars were quiet, but far away, the anomaly pulsed. Still growing. Ilara stepped onto the bridge of Ambassador Jane's ship, the Kareth Star. The interior was bright and clean, filled with screens and quiet crew. Everything felt calm, but the galaxy was anything but. Jane met her with a nod. "Your data changed everything," he said. "We've shared it with other planets. Some believe it. Some don't. Some never will," Ilara replied. "Not until it's too late." Jane pointed to a screen showing live feeds from different Council worlds. Protests, emergency meetings, armed fleets preparing to move. "The Council thinks Earth is planning an attack," Jane said. "They're calling it a power grab." Ilara shook her head. They're wrong. Earth isn't preparing for war. They're trying to stop the rift. Jane's voice lowered. They've already sent a fleet to Earth's outer border. Ilara's heart sank. If the Council fires first, she said, it will be the start of a war. Hours later, Ilara and Jane stood before the Galactic Council, virtually, through a secure hololink. The council chamber looked the same. Tall seats, bright lights, cold faces. Chancellor Vorn Calix sat in the center, expression sharp. "You do not belong here, Dr. Miles," Vorn said. Ilara stood tall. "I'm here to stop a war." "You've already started one," Vorn said. "With stolen data, false claims, and illegal contact with Council enemies." "The rift is real," she said. "You knew. You hid it. Earth tried to help. You refused to act." Gasps filled the chamber. Some delegates turned to each other, whispering. Others looked away. Ilara activated a projection. The rift appeared above them, dark, twisting, growing. Data scrolled beside it. Timelines. Proof. "Earth's technology may be the only way to stop it," she said. "You can't stop them. You have to join them." Vorn's voice grew louder. "We do not take orders from fugitives." He turned to the delegates. "This is a trick. Earth wants control. They use fear to force obedience. We must stand strong." But not everyone agreed. The Kareth delegate stood. "We've confirmed her data. Earth's warning was real." Another delegate, from the planet Heron, spoke next. "I say we send envoys, not warships." Vorn slammed his hand on the console. "We will not be divided." Suddenly, an alert rang through the chamber. A live broadcast. From Earth. A large Earth command ship filled the screen. Its captain, a calm woman in dark blue armor, spoke. "This is Commander Lee of United Earth Command. Do not enter Earth's orbit. Our shield is active. Our work to contain the rift is underway. Interference will not be tolerated." She paused. "We do this to protect the galaxy, even if the galaxy does not believe us." The message ended. Ilara looked around the chamber. Silence. No one spoke. Even Vorn stayed still. She took a deep breath. "You can keep fighting Earth, or you can help them, but the rift won't wait for politics. Choose." She disconnected from the call. Jane turned to her. "What now?" "We build something new," she said. A third voice. "For truth, for science, for peace." Outside the ship's window, the stars seemed unchanged, but everything had changed. 1 year later, the galaxy looked different. The Galactic Council was weaker. Several planets had left, choosing not to follow Chancellor Vorn. His voice no longer carried the same weight. Fear and control had lost their grip. Earth was still silent, but not in hiding. Their quantum shield now covered most of the planet, glowing softly in orbit like a second atmosphere. No ships crossed their skies without permission. No one dared to attack. But the rift had not grown. It had stopped. Reports showed a slow but steady decrease in its activity. Earth's containment field, powered by unknown energy, was working. The galaxy had been pulled back from the edge. And in the space between the old powers, something new had formed. Ilara stood on the observation deck of the Unity Ark, the flagship of the new Coalition for Science and Peace. She looked out at the stars, her thoughts quiet. She had not returned to Earth. They had not called her back. But she had not been forgotten. Around her, the Coalition worked. Scientists, engineers, diplomats, from many different worlds. Former council members, Earth defectors, and independent voices. They shared one mission: to face threats with truth, not fear. Ambassador Jane walked beside her, holding a tablet. "We received new data from Earth," he said. "Their shield is evolving. They've added a second layer, stronger, more stable." Ilara nodded. "They're preparing for something." Jane frowned. "Do you think the rift will return?" "It might," she said, "or it might never leave. Either way, They'll be ready. And so will we. They walked in silence for a moment. Ilara thought of all that had changed. Planets that now spoke to each other for the first time. Scientists sharing knowledge across systems. Young leaders rising without fear of old politics. The Council still existed. So did Earth's command. But neither controlled the stars anymore. Something new had taken root. Choice. Understanding. Unity built from truth. Ilara turned from the window. "It's time we stopped waiting for someone else to lead," she said. "Let's build the future ourselves." Jane smiled. "We already are." Far beyond, the rift still pulsed, silent, dark, dangerous. But it no longer spread. It watched, or perhaps it slept. And for the first time, in a long time, the galaxy breathed.